Display the count of features within the current view extent. As you can see here in this picture, we have this slider, and if we change this slider, the features count will impacted in this custom widget, and also on the layer the feature will disappear once you reach 6. We want to reflect or count. As you can see here in the picture, we have 1 for layer view feature, because I have now inside my view extend that feature. Once I will change the slider and filter this feature, also that will impact in my custom widget. Let's check out branch number 26 from repository ArcGIS React Map Components and apply this requirement. Here is my starting point of the exercise, and let's go to the execution of this code. As you can see, we have here slider, and let's zoom out. I have 10 points, and those points mag, this attribute mag is started from 1 to 10. If you select any feature of those, you can write magnitude here. This is the value, and the largest one, or the biggest one, the magnitude is 10. And if I change this slider, that will change the filter of the GeoJSON layer that includes those features. And if you check here in this custom widget, you can find the count of the features in all the features on the layer, and they link it with that filter. Let's back to the code. As you can see here, I have this GeoJSON layer, and inside the on thumb drag slider, which if I search it for that, I will find this arc slider, change it. And inside this event, I receive this value, the value of the slider. By this value, I change the definition expression, which tell the mag greater than or equal this value. Then I will filter my features on the GeoJSON layer, depends on that. And refresh your GeoJSON. That's it. So let's go to the feature count that I passed the map view to it, and press F12, and let's apply the requirements here. This custom widget that we're trying to work on, this custom widget, and we're trying to add the value inside the view. For example, now inside my view there is 2 features, so I want my feature to apply that. Okay, here is the HTML that's my custom widget will return, and here is the feature layer that I want to add the value on it. So I will create a state and pass the value here instead of this 0. After the state of the layer feature count, I will create a state and I will call it layer view features count right here, and I will pass this value right here in my widget. I instantiate this state with dash. Let me add space here, and back again I instantiate this value with dash. So if you refresh your page right now, you will find this dash rendered here. Then I will add or call a query feature count, but for layer view. I will create my layer view for people GeoJSON and invoke this method for it. And because the query feature count is promise and I need to use a wait, and I can't use that directly inside use effect, I will create a function. I will call this function update view feature count. okay, and I will invoke this function after update feature count directly here. So I will implement my calculation, or how I will calculate or query the feature count of my map view. First thing, I need to make sure that I have the GeoJSON layer exists. So I will create this defense condition, and we find this layer through the view.map that I passed for my custom component, and I found it through the layer ID. Once I'm sure it's there, I will create my layer view. So right here I will get my layer view, and this is a promise, so I will add here async. I have my layer view here. I can wrap it by try and catch, but let's keep it simple right now. Now I need to create the query that the count feature, the query feature count receive a query, and we need this query now because we will apply this query only on the view, the current view. So I need to import a module or class called query. You can find that inside the documentation. I will copy this import line and import it to my application or my custom widget, and I will create my query. I will create an instance here from the query, and this query will receive some props to initialize it. One of them, the geometry that I will apply the filter on it. So my geometry will be the view extent, and I will add also property called special relationship, how I will apply this filter. So anything my extent will contains, I want to apply the filter on it. Now I will create my query. So I need to monitor the changes inside my my view first. If there is feature appeared or disappeared or updated, like that. So I will import, to watch that, I will import reactive utils that has method called watch, and I will use this function. So I will copy this line, import this function here in my application or the custom widget. Save the changes, and let's watch. So what I will watch, this function receives two things. First thing, what you will watch, and once it's changed, I will call this function. So I will watch data view, layer view data updating. So I will watch this value, and I will pass this value to my function, and I will apply the following. First thing that I want to apply the query that I created, and I will pass this query. Actually, we need to make sure that the updating value, it came with true if there is updating happened right now, or false if the view is ready. So I will create a defense condition. If it's false, create the query and get the features. So I will call from the layer view that I have the query feature count, and I will pass my query to it, and this function is promise, so I will use await, and I will write here async because the await. After all of that, I will use, if you remember this state that we used, I will set this value or result inside my state to reflect in my custom widget or my state. So I will refresh. I have inside my view 4 features, that's correct. If I change the filter, I have still 4, still I have 4, but the total is 8, 7 for total. Now I have 3 features in my view. Now I have 2 and my custom widget reflected. Now I have 1, 0. If I zoom out, I can find 3 features here. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching.